My jealous sister manipulated my parents, and they kicked me out of the house when I was 18 because she was jealous that her boyfriend might flirt with me. Years later, he left her, and my parents tried to connect with me because they needed my help. I'm 23 now. 5 years ago, my parents sat me down and told me Tori needed my room. She was 22, pregnant, and wanted her boyfriend Corey to move in with us. Our house had 3 bedrooms, and mine was getting taken. I said, okay, I'll take the couch in the living room. Dad shook his head. You're 18 now. Time to leave the nest. Tori needs stability for the baby. I felt sick to my stomach. Where am I supposed to go? I just graduated high school 2 months ago. Mom wouldn't look at me. Your grandparents, maybe? You have friends, right? You'll figure it out. You're an adult now. I couldn't believe it. Tori got pregnant by some guy she'd been casually seeing for 6 months, and suddenly I was the problem. 2 adults who were capable of making a baby should have been capable of getting their own apartment. But no, I was the one who had to leave. I asked why Corey couldn't just share Tori's room. Mom said the room was too small for 2 adults and a baby. I suggested he could sleep on the couch then. Dad said that was impractical because guests might come over and it's a common area. Every excuse they gave made it clear they'd already decided. They wanted me gone. We had a massive fight that night. I called them selfish and disgusting, said I was ashamed to be related to them, and never wanted to see them again. Mom started crying, but Dad just crossed his arms and said I was being dramatic. Tori stayed in her room the entire time, didn't even come out to defend me. I spent 3 days packing my childhood into boxes. My friends came over to help, and they were all shocked. Even they thought my parents were completely out of line. I called my maternal grandparents first, but Grandma was already overwhelmed taking care of Grandpa, who'd been really sick for months, so I understood when she said she couldn't take me in. My paternal grandparents said yes immediately. When I told them why I had to leave, my grandmother's face went bright red. She called my dad right there and tore into him for 20 minutes straight. I'd never heard her that angry. She told him he was a disgrace as a father. My grandfather got on the phone too and said the same thing. They cut my parents off completely. I moved into their spare bedroom feeling completely depressed. I thought I had a good relationship with my parents and even with Tori. We used to watch movies together on weekends, borrow each other's clothes, share secrets, normal sister stuff. I didn't understand why they were treating me like this. The day after I left, one of Tori's friends showed up with an envelope. Inside was a handwritten letter from my sister. I still have it in a drawer because it was so twisted. She wrote that she was the one who convinced our parents to kick me out because of Corey. Apparently he was a bit of a flirt and they hadn't even been in an official relationship until she got pregnant. They were just hooking up casually for months and she only made things official after finding out about the baby. She was terrified he wasn't fully committed to her. And here's the part that destroyed me. She was scared that if I stayed in the house, Corey would start flirting with me instead. She thought he'd choose me over her. So she manipulated our parents into kicking me out to eliminate the competition. She literally ruined my relationship with our entire family because she was jealous and insecure about her own boyfriend. I showed the letter to my grandparents and they were horrified. My grandmother wanted to call my parents immediately, but I told her not to. What was the point? They'd already chosen Tori over me. 3 years went by. I got a job at a coffee shop, started community college, built a life for myself. My grandparents were supportive through everything. I heard through mutual friends that Tori had a baby girl and Corey was still living there. Then one day I heard he left, just packed up and moved across the country with some girl from his warehouse job. Tori was devastated. Suddenly a single mom with our parents helping raise the baby. I felt bad for the kid, but not for Tori. Last week my phone rang from an unknown number. I almost didn't answer. It was Dad. His voice sounded older, exhausted. He said Grandpa's condition got much worse. Medical bills were piling up thousands every month. They were drowning financially. Could I help? Maybe send money monthly? I asked where Tori was. Why wasn't she helping? She's barely making it as a single mom. She can't afford to help. We hoped you'd understand. Family helping family. That familiar anger rose in my chest. The same anger from 5 years ago. Family? You told me at 18 I was an adult who needed to face life on my own, that I had no right to feel entitled to live with you anymore. So here's my advice. You're adults now. Time to face life on your own. Dad started to say something, but I hung up. Blocked both their numbers and Tori's too. My grandmother asked if I was okay. I told her I'd never felt better.